everyone, welcome. I hope everyone's had a fantastic weekend. Ready for another clip and paper training. So we're going to be talking about some very cool strategies that work for free. And the reason why I know about these free strategies is because when I was starting out wholesaling, actually not even when I was starting out, after I was an acquisition agent for about a year and a half, 2 years with this group, you know, we struggled a little bit finding quality leads. Their marketing wasn't the best, and we wanted to make some changes. They didn't really want to make the changes, and so I just had to get creative. So I had to get really creative, and I had to figure out how I could find deals without hardly using any money because I didn't have any, okay? Nowadays, my business is much different. We spend quite a bit of money every single month marketing. But back then, I did not have those funds available. So I had to learn some of these free strategies to help get my business off the ground. And actually, for TCO, with myself and Andrew, when we were first building out TCO, that's our wholesale company out here in Phoenix, like the first, I would say 6 months, I was relying heavily on these strategies because we were just getting our marketing going. We were trying to get, money saved up to get some really great marketing things going outside of these strategies, but we still use these strategies today. So I still incorporate these daily. We still utilize these daily because they're great strategies. They still get you deals, and then it goes along with whatever you actually pay for your marketing. So they go hand in hand. You can use them both and do even more deals. So it's all about adding another tool to the belt so that you can get your bottom line bigger. If you want to be doing 10 plus deals a month, you're probably not just doing one strategy, right? Probably got several strategies employed, and these might be some that you haven't thought of or some that you already use. And if you do use these strategies, hey, please comment below. Please give us your tips and tricks. These are just some of the things that I do. Please believe I am not an expert. I am not a guru. I've been in this game for a little bit of time, but we can learn something from everyone, right? So that's why we're here today. So let's go ahead and get it started. Can you hear me? We got some people in the group looking right now. Is everyone here? Everybody can hear me good? Cool. Let's go ahead and get it started. All right, so free strategies to close an extra 20 to 30K in deals a month, power networking. Okay, so what we're going to cover, what is it, right? What is power networking? Why would you want to do power networking, right? Where do you start? How do you approach sellers? And what kind of contracts might you want to use if you are networking with everyone and trying to get transactions done? Now, I mean, we all know this is a people business, right? This is all about relationships. This is a relationship business. A lot of business is relationship business, but especially real estate, especially if you're just an unlicensed investor like myself who's just trying to get a couple deals done each month. These strategies are very easy, very good to work with, and they're very cheap. They're going to save you a lot of money. If you're just getting started in the business, you're going to save a ton of money using some strategies like this, and you can get a lot done. You can grow your network exponentially in a very short amount of time. And really, that's what it's all about, right? Power networking, very simply, is just growing your network as fast as possible. All right, so like I said, it's just as it sounds. This is networking to connect the dots on deals and become the ultimate middleman, okay? And, ultimate middleman, you don't have to consider yourself a middleman if you don't want to. It's like whatever you want, because at some point, you're not really the middleman. At some point, you want to buy these properties. At some point, you probably want to flip these properties. So really, it's becoming the ultimate networker, In the beginning, you might be a middleman for a while, and there's nothing wrong with being a middleman. I was a middleman for a long time. I'm still a middleman today. I don't have a problem with it. If you have a deal and you're having troubles selling it right now, please reach out to me. Send it to me. I have a lot of ways I can connect with buyers, and I think I could probably get it sold. I don't care where you are in the United States. Bring it to me. Connecting with as many sellers and investors to continuously expand your network to get as many opportunities as possible, right? So we're just trying to grow our network every day. We want to be consistent. We gotta be consistent. We gotta be able to kind of measure what we're doing and grow it and scale it and just be consistent so that we're consistently getting opportunities every single day. Because we all know in wholesale, no matter what strategies you're doing, you're not guaranteed a check every day, right? It's not always guaranteed every day, but the more consistent that you can become, the better off you are, the better chances you're going to get to have a deal done every single day, okay? So we use social media channels to build these relationships that will pay you more than one time. You know, it's very important. You want to build a relationship. You want to be focused on really connecting with somebody, really building a relationship so that they bring you continuous opportunities. You want opportunities to come from the same person all year long. If you can build that relationship, you're doing really, really well. Okay, we're going to use meetups. We're going to use events and events to meet with investors in your network face to face and create lasting relationships. Okay, we're going to talk about Craigslist and how you can connect with realtors and sellers on Craigslist and how you can get plenty of opportunities on Craigslist. And we're also going to talk about changing your mindset, right, and schedule to become a more efficient networker, right? It's like, you know, typical workday might be 9 to 5, right? But if you think about it, if you're going to use strategies like this, where if you're networking offline, you know, you might want to change that schedule up a little bit. And we're going to talk about that. So stay tuned. We got some good stuff for you. So real simple. These are just some very, very simple examples of how I might approach a seller or investor online or offline. And these are really kind of like online examples. You know, I'm not going to say this to somebody face to face. You know, face to face, if I'm offline, if I'm going to an event, I might approach you and say, hey, you know, are you an investor? You know, what are you looking for? Or what are you doing? Or I might approach them and say, hey, you know, I'm an investor. I'm looking for this, or I'm doing this, you know. But if you're just reaching out to somebody on social media, you know, very simply, hi, so-and-so, I'm a buyer. I'm looking for 3 properties to purchase this month. Got anything available? You know, very simple. You know, you don't have to use these word for word. Make them your own. You know, just engage somebody and start a conversation. Hi, so-and-so, I have a buyer's list. You can use it for free. Got any deals to sell, right? Very simple. If you do have a large buyer's list, or if you have a couple buyers who have a large buyer's list, you have a very large buyer's list. I speak with people all the time and I tell them, hey, leverage me, leverage all my resources. I have a very large buyer's list, but I also have buyers who have very large buyer's lists. So I say, I got the biggest buyer's list in the US. I got the biggest buyer's list in Phoenix. You know, bring me your deal, leverage my list and do it for free. Because I know if you can get a buyer through my list one time, you know what? I'm still going to ask you for a fee. At the end, I did say free in the beginning, but I'm going to say, hey, man, what you think I could get a consideration? You know, I don't know how much money you made on this deal, but any consideration would help my team. I have a huge staff who kind of runs this and puts out the advertisements to get your buyer in place. So anything would help, you know. And sometimes they'll do it, sometimes they won't. You know, I've had a guy tell me, I have plenty of guys actually tell me yes. Sometimes the guys tell me no. But it doesn't matter to me because that's a small fee. What I'm trying to do is create a relationship, right? So if I do perform and bring my buyer and you can close and make some money, there's a great chance you're going to bring me another deal. And then that second deal, I'm going to say this, hey, you know what? I like the deal. I see where you got it priced at. If I bring you the buyer on this deal, can you cut me in $5K? Second deal, I'm asking you for $5K. I'm not doing it for free the second time. I'm going to ask you for some money. If you don't want to give it to me, then that's fine. You know, if you don't want to work with me again, you know, that's tough cookies. But I'm sure you'll bring me another opportunity because I've already performed. You know, I'm a performer. So then, what else we got? I need to buy 2 projects before the end of the month or before the end of the quarter. Please send me anything you got. Now, this is probably going to be like a post, right? This might be an announcement or a post, as you can see. This might be a post that I put on Bigger Pockets. This might be a post I put on Facebook. I could put this post on Craigslist. You know, this is something that I'm announcing to everybody, and I want people to come to me. Now, I want you to be doing both. I want you to be actively looking for people who are already posting deals, but also announcing that you need deals so people can see you both ways. Because some people aren't looking for the people who are announcing, and then some people are just putting stuff out there and want to be contacted. So you got to be on both sides of it. And then you have, oh, I just got a credit line for $1 million specifically for fix and flip properties. Send me your deals, right? That's an announcement. You know, I'm probably going to put that in a Facebook group or something like that. I want to announce that to the world. I got a bunch of money and I need to use it. I need some deals. Send me what you got, okay? So you're getting all these opportunities from people. You're putting out these messages, you know, make these messages your own, and you're just connecting with people. You're literally just connecting with people. They're going to send you properties, get all the details. And honestly, one thing that I like to say to people, if I connect to you through Craigslist or something like that, let's say you had a deal. Hey, I noticed your deal in the Coronado district looks really good. When's the close of escrow? Right? And the reason why I say close of escrow is because most people, if they're asking somebody else for a deal, they're going to just say, hey, or, they might ask if they're direct to seller, or they might say something like, I really want this deal. Can I lock it up? But I'm not going to give you any earnest money, anything like that. I need 24 hours. I need 48 hours. I'm not trying to say that. I want to let you know that I'm serious. When's close of escrow? Yeah. How much is the earnest money deposit? If you say these things, they think that you're a real player. They think that you're a real buyer, and they're going to be more reluctant. They're going to be more willing to go ahead and throw you their deal, throw you the address, throw you what's going on with the deal. And then, if you swing it that way and they got all the details, you say, hey, you know what? I like this deal a lot. I actually have a couple buyers who buy in this area specifically. Would you mind if I send it to them? Almost 100% of the time they say yes. Almost nobody tells me no. Sometimes they might say, don't blast it to your entire list. If you got 5 guys or something like that, go ahead and send it. If you tell me I got 5 guys, I'm probably blasting it to my entire list. But I don't have to now, because I have actually buyers in certain areas. It's easier for me. So I know where my buyers are. I know what they're looking for. And, I'm quite simply just going to say, okay, I might send it to those 5. But more than likely, I'm just going to blast it and see what I can get. But I'm always going to say, you know what? I like what you got. But I want to keep it at the price that you have it at right now. Just in case my buyer sees your property somewhere else, I don't want to be the guy who comes off as marking up everybody else's deals. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is simply take a little piece of your pie. I'm going to connect you to my buyer. How does that sound? And they're almost always cool with that. You're helping them out. And, it's always going to vary depending on that level of that realtor or that wholesaler, depending on their level of buyers. They're either going to say yes or no. Some people don't want the help because, they're advanced. They've been in the game for a while. They don't necessarily need your help. But then there's others who just got in the game, who don't have a bunch of buyers ready to close on their deals immediately. And all they want to do is get their deal closed so they can get their check and move on to the next one. It's really how you bring value to somebody. Can you bring value to especially the newer people or the people who don't have the biggest networks, but they understand the game? How can you bring them the value? And this is just a simple way to do it. And it's easy to connect with a lot of people on a daily basis to grow your network really big. Excuse me for a sec. So why would we want to do power networking? Networking is just power networking is just networking. I call it power networking because I do a lot of it online. So if you go to an event and you're networking at an event, there's only so many people you can connect with at an event, unless you're hosting the event. Now, if you're hosting events, that's fantastic. We used to host an event every month, and we are actually going to start hosting it again. Please come when we start hosting it. But we'd have a meetup every single month. When you're hosting the event, you're reaching more people at one time. It's easier to get people to bring you deals, right? If you're going to an event, you got to pick and choose who you're going to talk with and give your card out to and then follow up with and try to grow a relationship with. So it can be a little more difficult, but when you're doing it using social media or online, it's very simple. You can see who has deals or not, and it's very easy to connect with these people. So why power networking? Because you're growing a network, and you're growing it rapidly because you can reach out to many people with the same message, copy and paste it if you like, that's what I do, with the same message all day long. Right? Because you're providing value. You don't know how many people who I've reached out to, especially newer guys in the game, where I see they have a deal, looks pretty good. If I see a good deal, I'll tie it up and I'll take it down if I have to. Especially if I want to mark it up, I'll even take it down. But if I don't want to take the deal down, I just want to pass it to my buyer. I'm adding value to somebody who's just getting in the game. They're looking for buyers. That's why they put the ad out. I might find the ad on Craigslist, Bigger Pockets, or Facebook, wherever the ad is at. But I see that you got a really good deal, and I'm just going to simply, let you know that I have some buyers, or tell you that I want to buy it myself if I do want to buy it myself. But most of the time, I just let you know that I have some buyers, and I want to market it the same way you're marketing it, and people will always say yes. Okay, and this is a great place to build relationships, lasting relationships. Like I said before, if you can deliver for somebody, if you can get a deal done for somebody, that wholesaler, that realtor is going to come back to you. Right? They're always going to come back. They can say, "Hey, I got another one. Please check it out." Right? And it's a great way to provide value to somebody else, which in turn they're going to provide the value back to you and then give you more deals. You know, it's just a great marketing strategy where when you build the relationship with the right person, and you're going to know it. Some of you are already doing it, but you're going to know when you build the right relationship with the right person, they just keep bringing you deals, but you just keep bringing them buyers. So it works out. All right. And because you're saving on your marketing dollars, right? I mean, like, we can keep putting as many dollars as we want into the marketing game, and it should hopefully grow your bottom line, grow your revenue per month. But it's never guaranteed, right? So if you can mix in some free strategies along with your paid for strategies, you're going to be saving in the long run. If you don't have to pay, $1,500 per every single deal by marketing, then you're going to be saving a lot of money by getting the free ones that are worth just as much money. So either way you do it, it's a great way to start off, especially if you don't have a lot of marketing dollars in the beginning. It's a great way to get your feet wet. It's a great way to get a lot of deals under contract that you didn't have under contract before, and they're usually at the right prices that you need. So it's a great way to build up your portfolio, great way to build up your inventory, send it to your buyers, and become, the major player in your area. Okay, so let's talk about social media real quick. Okay, social media, we all use it. If you're on Facebook right now, you're using social media, right? Social media to me is any place where I can connect with somebody, right? Any place where I can go and I can make a connection with somebody and try to build a relationship. That's social media to me. So I don't just use Facebook and Instagram. That's not just social media to me. I use some sites like Craigslist, which is, to me, social media, because I'm connecting with people on Craigslist every single day, like literally every single day. I'm literally, like, I got a deal that I blasted the other day. I got it from Craigslist, and I got a buyer going to see it tomorrow. I mean, this guy doesn't have buyers. He kind of needs me, and I need his deals. So we work out great together, but I'm providing him value. But Craigslist is a great way, and I'll tell you exactly what I said to the guy. He had a deal out. The numbers look good on the deal. First and foremost, if they have a deal out, analyze it. Take the minute to analyze it. Make sure the numbers look good. Oh, that looks like something that you can sell. After you've been doing this for a couple of years, or after you've been in the game for a little bit of time, you know how much your buyers are willing to pay for stuff. And if the price is in their wheelhouse, yeah, absolutely. Hey, I want to get this under contract for a buyer, or I'd like to get you under contract and market your property. I have some buyers who are looking for this. And I simply said to this guy, hey, I really like your property. I think that's a pretty good price. Is that the lowest you can go? That's actually the first question I asked him. I was like, just out of curiosity, is that the lowest you can go? And then I asked him when close of escrow is, to let him know I was serious. But I said, is that the lowest you can go? And he told me right off the bat, hey, I'm willing to take $7K lower than he actually advertised. So I was like, fantastic, because I like his advertised price, but he's already willing to go $7K lower. I mean, I can eat up that spread if I want to. And honestly, I like to let my people make the decision if they want a JV or not. If you like to do 50-50 JVs, absolutely, let's do that. If there's a certain fee that you want, that's fine too. I don't need a bunch of money. I just want to do more deals. So if you're willing to give me $3K for a deal, shoot, fantastic, man. I didn't have to do anything to get this deal. You just sent it to me, fantastic. I'm cool with that. $5K, perfect. So he already dropped the price $7K from what he's advertising to everybody else. Okay, so I'm like, cool, got this. I'm actually going to put a little bit of reduction in the price that I sent to my buyer. So I told him, hey, you know what? I got a buyer who would love this. Do you mind if I send it to him? He said, sure, absolutely. We set it up. I gave him an option contract he signed, and I sent it to my buyer. I got my buyer going to see it today. And we'll talk about the option contract and how we do that in just a minute. But on Craigslist, you can set up an automated keyword search that will give you email leads daily. Okay? So whether you want to search it manually, if you don't want to set up the automated keyword search, and you can use IFTTT for you nerds out there who love, the push automation stuff, you can set that up too. I've done both ways. But if you don't want to set up the automated keyword search, which is really easy, and if you don't know how to do it, YouTube has a bunch of videos on it. We're going to be making a video all about Craigslist in the future, but Craigslist has some videos I mean, YouTube has some videos of how to set up the search. It's really easy to do, but it's going to send you an email every day. Probably 2 or 3 times a day, I get emails about alerts on properties for keywords that I put in. So I just get an alert. Oh, cool. Who's posting this property? Okay, cool. I can go and contact that person immediately, right? See if they're really advertising a property. Sometimes they're just fishing for buyers, which is fine for me too. If you want to email me your property later on when you get it, cool. Because the people building lists there typically are newbies sometimes. Sometimes it's people who are advanced. It doesn't matter, but there's still buyers and sellers on Craigslist every single day. So if you don't want to use the automated search, just do a regular search. And what I do is I go to Craigslist, right? And I'm going to search my market, whatever that market is. And you're going to look for the homes for sale. Now you have a for sale by owner and you have a for sale by realtor. I think it's called, it's not for sale by owner. It's called for sale by, it's either for sale by realtor or something. There might be another name for it. I might be thinking the wrong name. But basically one section is going to be almost all realtors. And the realtors are going to have some regular properties and they're going to have some fix and flip properties too. But you got to think about it. Maybe that realtor, maybe that opportunity won't be there for that property. Maybe you won't even get that contract for that day. You shouldn't be worried about necessarily getting contracts that day. Be worried about starting the relationship. If a realtor that I know is posting on Craigslist, fantastic. That realtor knows that he likes to work with investors and he knows that investors hang out on Craigslist. Some of us do, right? Not all of us, some of us are there. But that realtor is bringing the type of deals that you want. You especially want realtors in your network who are bringing you investment deals. Every realtor that I reach out to on Craigslist, I always finish my messages. So we might have a conversation about a property. I always send the last message as the following. I say, hey, if you find anything that looks good for an investor or a pocket listing, please send it my way. Please send it to my desk, send it to my email. I will review it and get you an offer within 30 minutes every time, okay? I let them know I'm always going to get them an offer very quickly so I don't have to wait around. And I love putting realtors deals under contract all the time because realtors, basically, it's a built-in 10-day inspection period, right? I got all that time in the world. I might have to put a little earnest money down. I might not have to, They're probably going to request it, but I might not put it in there. Who knows? But either way, you want to build that relationship with the realtor because realtors are always getting deals, guys. I mean, they're always going to get deals. So if you build a good relationship with a realtor and if you close a deal with a realtor and get him paid, he's always going to be bringing you deals. Always. So don't just look in Craigslist, look for the for sale by owner stuff, which, is a very good place to be. The realtor section where everything is listed already, retail stuff, that stuff is very good too. It's a great place to start a relationship with a realtor who is looking for investors. They're looking for you, all right? Be the investor that they're looking for, okay? But if you're gonna go the for sale by owner, like my automated searches, I only use it for the for sale by owner side. The realtor side, I'll just go basically search and then just like message every realtor in the group and here's my copy and pasted message, But for the for sale by owner side, I might be a little more diligent about who I'm talking to because you're going to know on Craigslist, you're going to figure out who puts out the same properties. You're going to see those guys. And some of those guys want to work with you, some of those don't. The ones that don't, you don't have to necessarily worry about their stuff. And you know what their stuff is because their ads look the same, right? But on Craigslist is a great place to find new people. People who are looking for help, right? They need help finding buyers. They don't have a buyer's list. They need the help. You can go on Craigslist in your for sale by owner section and you can see their ad really doesn't look professional, right? They might have a few photos, they don't have a bunch, and it's like 2 sentences about the property. Fantastic. Or even better, it might be the actual owner trying to sell their property. They got a sloppy ad. If you have a sloppy ad on Craigslist, I'm contacting you first because you probably have a deal that you're not talking to anybody about and your ad looks so bad that nobody's going to buy it anyways. So let me contact you and see what's going on, right? It's the same spiel over and over again. Hey, I really like your property. When's the close of escrow? How much is the EMD? Can I see it today? Would you mind if I show it to my buyer? Very simple. So set up those automated searches. If you don't want to, just do a regular search, and just skim through the page. See what's there, And honestly, if I were you and you're just starting out, contact everybody. If everybody's cool with you marketing their deals and you find some deals that you like, great. You found a great one. Maybe you got a buyer already set up. Send it to your buyer. You don't have to have a lot of buyers. You might have 5 buyers who are big on Facebook. Reach out to these big buyers on Facebook and just send it to them. Hey, what do you think about this one? Send it to them at the same price that they've already marketed at, just in case they're on their list, right? Now you don't look shady. Hey, I got an opportunity. Here's what they're asking. Da da da. And then you go back to your wholesaler or your realtor, or if it's a realtor, they're just going to get paid commission. But you go to your wholesaler, can I get 3 to 5K out of the price that you're asking? Very simple. All right, so Bigger Pockets, same thing. Set up an automated keyword search. And Bigger Pockets is kind of cool the way their automated keyword searches work. You can search like multiple keywords. You can basically search a phrase if you want to. So you can search Dallas and cash. You can search Dallas and investor. You can search Dallas fix and flip, Dallas rehab, Dallas buy and hold, whatever it is, right? And you're going to start getting keywords for everything that's showing up under Dallas. You're going to find everything that's being sold for an investment, cash, buy and hold, whatever it is, under Dallas. You're going to get that email. It's going to show you what's going on. Click on the email, go straight to the link, and you see the post. Reach out to that guy. It's the same spill, building that relationship. I really like Bigger Pockets. I've done a bunch of deals on Bigger Pockets. Probably the most I've done the deals with is Craigslist. I've done more deals on Craigslist than Bigger Pockets, but Bigger Pockets is still a good spot. It's probably Craigslist and Facebook are probably where I've done the most deals using social media. All right, go to Facebook. Of course, we all know this place. Find all the wholesale groups. We're in a group, guys. Wholesale groups are actually very, very good for every market that you're in, and follow the group to see all the new listings. So if I'm in a group that I see where a lot of listings are being posted in a group, I want to follow that group because I want to see when they post a new one. And sometimes you'll get posts all day long, right? I mean, it can be a lot. Who cares? Reach out to every single one of those people. See if they're willing to work with you and cut you into their deal. All right? If they're willing to do that, take that opportunity. Just because you're marketing somebody else's property at the same price, it doesn't make you look any. Some people are going to think you look bad. Some people are going to think you look good. So it's going to be like any other day that you're on Facebook, right? It doesn't matter. If you can get a deal done doing this, which I guarantee you can, then do it. Absolutely. Okay. Meetup.com. Find the biggest groups on Meetup in your market and pepper each group member with messages about how you can help each other. When I first used Meetup.com, I didn't realize that I could message people directly in the group. Like I was going to Meetup, I was joining a group, and then I was going to the event offline, right? I was going to the event I might have Thursday night talking about real estate. Great event. But you know what? I didn't get to connect with everybody in the group. I went to the event, I got to meet a couple people, I got to make a couple relationships. That was cool. But, maybe I didn't get to stand up and tell everybody what I was there for. That I had a huge buyers list, or that I was looking for 3 properties to close on this month. Maybe I couldn't tell everybody that. But if you go to meetup.com and you go to the group online, you can go and go to the group that you're in and look for the biggest groups, right? Look for the biggest real estate groups in your market on meetup.com, right? Click on that group and you're going to be able to click on the members. You can send a message to each member, and when you send a message to them, they get an email as well from meetup.com saying that they got a message. So you're hitting them 2 ways. You're hitting them through meetup.com, which they can respond directly back, or they're going to be hit directly to the email to request them to come back to Meetup and contact you. This strategy works actually surprising very, very well. Send this message to every single person in the group. I mean, I got a lot of people sending me deals from meetup.com, and I don't go to the event. Right? I'm not at the event because maybe I didn't want to go to the event. Maybe I don't like going to events. To be honest with you guys, face-to-face networking was never my strong suit. I wasn't the guy who wanted to get out and talk to everybody. I don't like necessarily talking all night long. And sometimes, shoot, I got kids. If I got something to do on a Thursday night, I don't want to go to the meetup necessarily. But I still want to connect with everybody in the meetup, right? I really want to connect with everybody. I really want everybody to know what I'm looking for. Now, Meetup only lets you send, I think, like 30 to 50 messages per day. So, it's cool, though. Shoot, spend 20 minutes a day, have your copied message ready for meetup.com, send it to your 30 people, and the next day, do the same thing. All right? myhousedeals.com. Right? So, I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with My House Deals. It's a great website where you can post your own deals, but a ton of people post deals on myhousedeals.com every single day. They're very big in Dallas. They're big in Houston. They're big actually everywhere in Texas. That's where I first found it when I was marketing in Texas. My first year of wholesaling, I did a couple deals in Phoenix, and I literally went to Houston and started doing deals. I didn't go there physically. I just started marketing in Houston immediately. And my house deals was a great way for me to find buyers and actually find sellers. So a bunch of people are going to be posting on my house deals, all these properties, right? And a lot of people don't always find buyers on my house deals. But whether they do or don't really doesn't matter. It's a great place to connect with investors, right? A lot of new investors will post on my house deals. Some seasoned investors will, but a lot of newer, smaller mom and pop investors post on my house deals and reach out to them the same way we would reach out, just the same way on all these other platforms. And you might not even think it's my house deals as a social media, but it's a way to connect. So I consider it social media. It's a way for me to connect with somebody, and it's a way for me to put my property flyers out there, connect with buyers, sellers, the like, everybody. But my house deals in Atlanta, they're in I think they're in New York. My house deals is growing a lot. They just got to Phoenix this year. They weren't here, I think, before this year, but my house deals reaches out to us through Facebook and is like, hey, can we post your properties here? And we let them, they're growing. It's a good place to post for buyers if you do need buyers, but it's a great place to meet and network with people and get deals that aren't selling on my house deals and get them to your buyers. Okay, so these are just a few sites on social media. I'm sure there's a bunch of others. Instagram, you could probably do the same thing. These are the ones that I stick to. These are the ones that I use the most, and it works very well. And guys, you got to think about this. It's like, man, this is a lot, right? Craigslist, Bigger Pockets, Facebook, Meetup, My House. How do you keep up with all this? After you get good at this and you kind of know your message, outsource it. Let somebody else do it. Delegate it, probably to a virtual assistant. BuyMoreTime.com has amazing virtual assistants. They can do all these tasks for you, right? They can get the deal lined up and then send you an email saying, hey, check out this one. They agreed to our option contract, right? They can set up the option contract for you. And then you analyze the property and to see if you want to bring it to your buyers or not, or just let them do it. Shoot, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe they can do the whole thing. But this is a great way to do free marketing, to reach out to people, connect, and bring them value. Okay, so going offline, REI meetings. I think this is my favorite meeting, to be honest with you. The REIA meetings, if you're in Arizona, it's called as REIA. If you're in California, I'm sure it's called CA REIA. Basically, whatever the letters of your state are, put that in front of the word REIA and Google it. Okay, it's going to have details on what that meeting is, where it's at, and I think it's usually like $20 to get in. They do out here in Phoenix, they do 2 events. They do one really big one at a Coliseum, and they do one in a smaller venue. I like both. Both of them are good, but honestly, I personally like the smaller venue one. And the only reason why I like the smaller venue one better than the big venue one, it's easier for me to connect with everybody in that room at the smaller venue. Okay, because most REIAs are all kind of similar, but if your REIA doesn't do a wants and needs section, get with whoever's running that REIA and let them know you need to do a wants and needs. Because the REIA out here in Phoenix, we have a wants and needs section, right? So they do wants and needs. Everybody gets a chance to have the microphone. A lot of people don't take that chance. When I first went to a REIA meeting, I didn't take that chance. I was scared. I didn't want to talk on the microphone and tell people, hey, I'm trying to wholesale some deals. I got a couple deals in a contract. I don't know. I was too scared to get up and say anything. I was like, no, I'm just going to sit here and watch. All right. And that's cool. Sitting back and watching is cool. But the guys who take the most action, the massive action, they fail fast and win big. So get off your high horse, get on that mic, say something. And quite simply, when I go to these meetings now, which I haven't been to a REIA meeting in a while, but honestly, if I had no dollars, I'd be going to REIA meetings. I would get out my wants and needs and I would say, look, I'm a buyer. I'm looking to buy all over town. Please bring me your deals. If you're a wholesaler in the room, here's my phone number. Text me your deal right away. I have to get 3 deals done the next month. I have a capital partner. We just finished 2 rehabs. I need to get this done. And you know what? It's so funny. Like Propelio, the Propelio guy had a video out recently, and he said everybody on social media is full of poop, or every investor on social media is full of poop. Basically saying you're kind of painting a picture or giving a story to somebody to, kind of have them do something for you. But it's not necessarily you're giving them a story to have them do something for you. You're giving the story to sound intelligent or sound like you're savvy, right? But you're actually providing them value. So I don't think it as I'm trying to trick you. I don't think of it as, I'm trying to sell you short. I'm trying to bring you value because I'm going to get you paid. I'm going to fulfill your transaction. And honestly, I don't have a problem to being 100% upfront with you and making less money than you. Actually, I'd rather make less money than you on the deal. I want to make less money than you on the deal. I want you to make more money. Because if you're making more money on the deal and I'm making less, there's a great chance you're going to come back to me. There's a really good chance you're going to come back to me. So the REIA meetings, get on the wants and needs. The smaller one that they do, I think it's like the third Tuesday out here, I think is when they do it. But the second Tuesday, I believe, or the first Tuesday, I think it's the second Tuesday of the month, they do the really big meeting. And that's cool too. Go there. If you have business cards, that's great. I don't really do business cards. What I do is I actually have a job form in my phone. I say, hey, fill out the form. It might be like 3 fields, name, phone number, and email. Just fill it out on my phone, and it's going to go automatically to a list where you're going to be putting an automatic follow-up from me asking you for deals. Right? I'm going to introduce myself on an automatic follow-up, and I'm going to ask you for deals on this automatic follow-up. So you can kind of automate it, especially when you're going to these live events, because you're going to get a lot of cards. You're going to meet a lot of people. I can't deal with the cards. I can't deal with meeting a lot of people. I want it to kind of be automated. I want you to put your stuff in my phone if you don't mind, and then the automation is going to begin, and you're actually going to get on a campaign. If I think you're a wholesaler, I'm going to put you in a wholesaler campaign, right? And this campaign is going to probably send you a message once a week, saying, hey, got anything new this week, right? I need to sell. I need to buy a couple properties before the end of the quarter. Got anything available? They're going to be a different message every time, so I want it to seem organic, but it's all automated. These are scripts that have already been made out, and I'm going to have a lot of messages. And I'm going to send them to you. Meetup.com. Go to the biggest meetups and events in your market and attend all of them. And real quick with the REIA meetings, guys, I see a lot of people in the group talking about mentors. How do I get a mentor? The best way to get a mentor is to be extremely active, right? Be extremely active and don't be afraid to provide value to somebody, right? So what I mean by that is speak to as many people as you can, but when you're at a REIA meeting and you have your wants and needs, you can even say that. Hey, I'm looking to team up with somebody. I'm getting my feet wet in wholesale. I got a couple things going, but I'm really looking to connect with some guys who could help me out, possibly build my business. Some people are looking for mentees because you're basically a cheap labor force. People are going to want you to bring value. They're going to ask you to door knock. They're going to ask you to drive for dollars possibly and be in their inner circle, and they're going to teach you everything about wholesale, or at least everything that they know, right? And you got to understand, you're going to have several mentors in your career. If you're in this for the long haul, if you're a real entrepreneur in this for the long haul, you're going to have several mentors in all kinds of industries, guys. So mentors like people who are go-getters, who are active, who are hungry, who are going for it every single day, right? And some people that we work with, we ask them the first month, hey, can you drive for dollars? If you have no experience in real estate, I really don't want you to be doing too much except for driving for dollars. I want to see how committed you are. How many properties are you willing to give me? How hard are you willing to work? Are you willing to pound the pavement? And I might not even use those strategies later on, but I want to know your work ethic. That's it. I want to know what you're willing to do to get the deal done. If you're willing to do anything, yeah, I want you on my team. Let's go. Let's work. Here's all my leads. Here's my best leads. Let's take them on. You got them. So meetup.com, go to the biggest meetups and events in your market. I've gone to a bunch of meetup events. They're fantastic. It's a great way to find mentors. It's a great way to connect with buyers. It's a great way to connect with sellers. Every time I would go to a meetup, I would tell them the same thing. I'm a buyer. I'm a rehabber. Do you guys have anything? What do you have? Or I have a huge buyers list. If you guys have anything, I would love to show my buyers what you got. Free of cost. No cost to you, right? I'm not charging you anything. We don't even have to sign a contract. Go ahead and just give me what you got. I'm going to send it to my buyers. Most of the time I'm going to ask for an option agreement though. I'm not going to say most of the time. All the time I ask for an option agreement. But in the beginning, I wasn't asking for any option agreement. I didn't care about the option agreement. If I have a verbal agreement from you that said, yeah, you can show your buyers my property, cool. That's what I'm going to do, Facebook, go to all the real estate events posted by investors in your market. We post about our real estate events when we were doing our meetup every month. A ton of people on Facebook are posting their events here for real estate. These are good events to go to, guys. Get as much exposure as you can. There's somebody at these events who needs a deal. Almost every event that we had, somebody had a deal. I'm not going to say almost. Every event we had, somebody had a deal to sell. So now they're just looking for a buyer. Connect them to the buyer, right? You're going to be there anyways. Connect with everybody at the event that you can. Bring them the buyer. All right? Find all the top performers in your market. Ask them to lunch or to have a quick meeting. I don't know how many times people ask me to go to lunch or have a quick meeting or whatever, just talk real estate. It happens all the time. Andrew's notorious for this. Andrew's all over. You guys know Andrew. He's all over Facebook every day. He's always posting, but he knows that it's going to bring him a huge return. That's why he does it. He invests heavily into Facebook. He invests his most precious commodity, time and energy. He invests that into Facebook every single day because he knows the return that Facebook will give him. Okay? Reach out to these people. Speak with these people. Sit down with these people. There might be a job opportunity for you. I don't know how many people I've met through Facebook where I said, hey, would you like to get some free leads? They took the time to sit down, meet with me, talk with me, what their goals are, what their vision is. I might like you. I might like what you have to say. I might like some of the things that I've seen from you in the past. There might be a job opportunity here. Don't be afraid to reach out to people and meet with them because you seem like a go-getter. You seem very active. It's a great way to connect with somebody. And a lot of these bigger guys on Facebook that you see who say they're closing $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in deals, if you can get in front of them, that's one of your best buyers. They have a huge list. If you're just starting out, that person has a huge list. And if you're a bigger guy, but you don't want to take the time out to meet people, you're throwing away dollars every day. I'll meet with anybody any day of the week, really. Well, not any day of the week. Schedule permitting, I'll meet with anybody whenever I can. But I love to connect with people because I know it's a great way to get deals, right? There's two sources of deals. It's me marketing and trying to get to these sellers directly, or me making relationships with the people who already have the deals. The people who already have the deals are the wholesalers and the realtors. I want to make relationships with these guys. I want them to keep bringing me more deals over and over again. Please bring it to me. Feed me. I'm hungry. All right? Go out and collect every Bennett Sign phone number that you can find and send them a message. So this is getting back to your automation. If you're not automated, get automated. If you don't, then just do it manually. If you have the time, do it manually. But one great strategy that we do, we tell our guys, take photos of every single Bennett Sign that you see. You drive by a Bennett Sign, take a photo of that. I want that phone number. I'm going to give that phone number to my team, my back office team, my virtual assistant team. They're going to take that phone number. They're going to put them in a wholesaler campaign. I see a Bennett Sign, I'm thinking wholesaler. Okay, great. You're in my campaign. I'm going to pepper you with messages once a week about any inventory that you might have available. And I get plenty of deals doing this method because I'm keeping up with people and it looks like I'm very personable. And you know what? If somebody brings you a deal and you do a deal with them, you bring them the buyer, you brought them that value, take them out to dinner. Okay? Take them out for drinks, take them out to lunch, take them out for coffee, whatever it is that you'd like to do to make relationships with people, do that. Take them on a hike. It doesn't matter. But connect with that person. Like, I probably never met you and we did a deal together. There's a great chance I've never met you in person. We did a deal together, right? I want to connect with you. I want to sit down with you. Let's talk. How can we grow each other's businesses together, right? How can you leverage my team to better suit your business, to make your business thrive? What resources do I have that you can leverage of mine today to get you more deals? These are the things that I say to these guys when I meet them in person. And I'm genuine though. I want you to. I want you to leverage my network, please. That's what I have it for. I want you to leverage all my resources. It's not just for me. I mean, if it was, I wouldn't be getting anything done. I need lots of people in this network to want to work with me and to use my resources so that they keep bringing me deals, all right? You give some, you give some, you give some more, and you're going to receive, okay? All right, so Bennett Signs, sorry, I got a little bit of tangent. Bennett Signs are a great, These are advertisements. These are ads. People want to connect with these people. These are sellers everywhere. Connect with them. And these are usually newbies. All right. Not everybody that does Bennett Signs is a newbie, but a lot of newer people are using Bennett Signs. These people need your help. Be the guy who's going to help them. Bring them that value. Bring them your buyers. Okay. We put these guys on an automated campaign, and they get messages for the rest of the year. And then they'll get messages for the next 5 years until they opt out. Think about changing your schedule, right? Honestly, I used to do wholesaling basically 9 to 5 every day, right? I wake up, I go to the office, I kind of do wholesaling from 9 to 5. I might be door knocking during that time. I'll be driving for dollars during that time. Whatever it is I'm doing, it's kind of 9 to 5. But if you're going to offline events, like, guys, there's like events typically almost 3 nights a week, every single week. There's enough people doing events that you can connect with people at least like probably 2 to 3 times a week. Think about changing up your schedule. You know, maybe in the mornings and the stuff, maybe you go work out or you do whatever, or you take care of whatever you got to take care of, and your evenings are your work time. So maybe in the morning you're doing all your online stuff, right? It might take you a couple hours to just send some messages to people. It's not going to take you all day, right? And then the offline time is for the evening. So your schedule is completely changed. Like, you're not going outside maybe until 5 o'clock in the evening. And from 5 to 8, your job is to network 3 days a week, right? Maybe 3 hours, 3 days a week, 9 hours a week. You're just networking with people face to face, okay? Go to the realtor events. Go to the realtor luncheons. If you're with a title company, they have realtor events all the time. Get in on those realtor events, okay? Go network with those realtors there. They have deals for you, all right? When you're not doing your online stuff, you should be going to an event. Get out there. Let people see your face. Everybody should know who you are. It's very important that everybody knows who you are and that they know that you're a big-time buyer. You're ready to buy, okay? So when I approach these people and we like each other, things are good, and this is all online most of the time, or it could be offline depending on the scenario. You know, I'm being very upfront. You know, I'm going to let them know that this really isn't for me, but I do have buyers who are interested, and that's not a lie. I always have buyers that are interested, right? I always tell them that I want a non-exclusive contract, okay? You can try to get exclusive. I just don't like the idea of tying up somebody's property and not performing. So if I'm non-exclusive, I'm saying to you, hey, look, this is a non-exclusive agreement. You can sell it to anybody. If you get your own buyer before I get a buyer, fine. You know, go ahead, give it to them. You know, this is about you. This is about you winning. I'm just trying to help. So if I can help you find a buyer, great. If my buyer comes in, I'll let you know. You'll send me the contract. We'll do a purchase, a full assignment fee now, and we'll just send it to my buyer. We'll be good to go, right? Because this is just an option contract. Once you have your option contract filled out, yeah, now you kind of have the right to market it. I kind of just do this. I don't necessarily need an option contract because you already verbally told me it's okay for me to market your property. But I like to have a price written down, right? I like to have some sort of agreement written down. It makes me seem more professional, makes me seem more real, okay? And that's what I want you to know, and that's what I want you to think, okay? So we set that price in there, and you know, I always set a deadline, typically 2 weeks. You know, give me 2 weeks or give me whatever time you have left in your inspection period to get my buyer in here and close on this deal, you know. Either way, the deadline really doesn't matter because it's not exclusive. Like, this contract is null and void if I don't bring anybody or if you get somebody else. So it doesn't really matter about the deadline, right? And, you know, option contracts, you know, you can say it's a marketing agreement or you can say it's a JV contract. I just say it's a marketing agreement almost every time. Hey, I have a non-exclusive marketing agreement that I have to have for my team. This is what we do. We need this marketing agreement to be signed by you for us to go ahead and market it to my buyers. This is just preliminary. This doesn't mean I can take this. I can't even take this agreement to escrow. This is an agreement between myself and yourself. It's just saying that we agree to do this deal together if I bring a buyer. Only if I bring a buyer. So I'm not tying you up. I don't want to tie you up. I want you to sell to whoever you can. And this usually lets people become much more easier and open to the idea of letting you market their property. A lot of times guys are going to say, oh, no, I don't want you to tie me up. I really can't afford that, man. You know, if you're not going to earn this money in, don't do anything. It's like, look, no. I'm just going to send this to a couple of my buyers. It's non-exclusive. You can sell it to anyone. And actually, last year, there was a non-exclusive agreement that I had, and this lady still wouldn't take it. She just wanted to do a purchase agreement. And I told her, I was like, look, we can do a purchase agreement, but I'm going to request that inspection period in the purchase agreement. And if I don't have a buyer, you know, I'm not going to do the agreement. You know, an option will be just as good. And she's just like, no, 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 no. One person. That's fine. We just did an inspection period and it worked out fine. But non-exclusive is just a barrier that you're gonna knock down. You're knocking down that wall of any fears that they might have of working with you. You know, they don't want you to tie them up, and you shouldn't be tying them up. You know, don't go out and put people's stuff under contract just to tie them up. That's messed up. You know, that's a big time waster, and it's an opportunity waster. So let them freely market their agreement at the same time. If they bring a buyer, fantastic. You know, but if you can bring that buyer and bring that value, it's going to be a great thing, and they're going to want to work with you in the future, right? They're going to bring you more deals. Okay, so here's the challenge for you guys, okay? Use any of these social media platforms. I mean, I would start there. For me personally, I love to use it because in the beginning, I didn't like going to all the events, to be honest with you. I didn't like going to all the events. I didn't necessarily like trying to network with people and trying to spark up a conversation. It was much more easy for me to reach out to 50 people online in one day as opposed to trying to make a connection with 5 people at an event. But the events work really well. I still go to events now all the time. I throw events now. Actually, that's what I try to do. Instead of going to the events, I try to throw the event, okay? But events work amazing. So don't disregard the event. It's just your personality type. If you like going to talk to people, get out there and talk to people. That's what you're good at. Go and talk to as many people as you can, all right? If you're not that good at talking to people, you're a little shy, you might just want to do it all online. It's an easier way to network with people. You don't have to be face-to-face. It's not as nerve-wracking, maybe. And you can connect with a lot more people faster. So find 10 wholesalers or realtors by going on any of the platforms that we talked about, right? Find at least 10 today and reach out. Try to make some sort of connection. Hopefully, it's an advertisement that they have for a property. Talk about the property, you know? Even if it's a property you don't want to try to wholesale, talk about the property. Make a connection, okay? Find these 10, connect with them, get their phone numbers, right? And get their email addresses, connect with these people, and make those connections, all right? If these are 10 different advertisements, make the offer, okay? Make the offer of whatever price point they're asking and cutting you in at least 3 to 5K. Make that offer to them, okay? Making 10 offers a day on this strategy is very easy. There's a ton of ads on Craigslist, Facebook, Bigger Pockets right now. My House Deals right now. There's a ton of people advertising properties. Make offers on those properties, all right? This is taking action, okay? This is making you seem real. This is making you seem like a big deal. People will respond to that, okay? Try to set 2 lunch appointments per week. Yes. The guys who seem to be bringing you deals and are willing to work with you, take them to lunch. If it's a new guy, take them to a fancy lunch. If you close a deal with a new guy, take them to an upscale place, pay for everything. Take care of that guy. Let him know that you're willing to take care of him because you're building a relationship to help each other. He's going to be bringing you more deals. He's going to be reaching out to you a lot. And you got to answer his questions. You got to take care of him, okay? And it's a good thing because you brought him value, and now he's going to be bringing you value in return, okay? And then finally, of course, close on 2 to 3 deals a month. You don't necessarily need to have a bunch of buyers to do this strategy, right? You're getting all these opportunities. You're putting out the same prices that they already have them out. Take these deals to your couple of buyers that you maybe found on Facebook, whatever. They have a huge list. Say, hey, here's the price I got it at. Do you have anybody? You know, let me know. Because that wholesaler is going to be cutting you in, or that realtor might be cutting you in depending on what you have set up with that realtor. Work it out. Get more deals in the pipeline. But close these deals, because when you close one of these deals for somebody that you're marketing with, that you're networking with, that person becomes a lead generator for you for the rest of the year, okay? So you're really marketing to people who are becoming lead generators for you. Now you got deals coming to your inbox and your email every single day, and you're not paying for it. That's fantastic. Referrals. This is basically power referrals, if you want to call it. Referrals. My first wholesale company that I worked with, TFA, were the masters at referrals. These guys, I promise you, were doing 6 figures a month doing referrals. Their network was huge. Everybody knew who they were. They took care of the people. Tim took me out to dinner. That's how I got it. You know what I'm saying? Tim took me out to dinner, spent money on me. They understand the importance of the referral. It's free marketing. Use these strategies. You will get more deals. You will you will grow your business, and things will look up. Anybody have any questions for me today? This is all I got for you today. Short and sweet. Any questions about how I approach these investors or realtors and just network? It's really simple. Let me check Facebook too, see. All right. Well, I'm looking. Looks like no questions. I'm glad you guys found some value. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. This will be posted here. Our option contract is posted in our file section of our group, Wholesaling Houses Flipping Paper. We're gonna have another training for you next Tuesday, and let's see. We will have Craigslist trainings in the future, so you can know exactly what to do. YouTube has that as well. But also, I would say, anything else? I guess that's it, huh? I guess that's about it. Anybody got any questions? All right. Well, I'm looking. Looks like no questions. I'm glad you guys found some. Oh, the non-exclusive contract. Has this ever backfired? Good question. To be honest with you, no, not really. Because look, if you do get a buyer, even though it's not exclusive, right? If you do get a buyer, now you give them an exclusive contract, okay? Because now your buyer's like, yeah, okay, look, let's do this. I want this deal. Perfect. You reach out to the wholesaler. You say, hey, is it still available? Yeah, man, it's still available. Cool. Here's my contract. I need you to sign it. We'll have earnest money in today. This new assignment contract or purchase agreement, however you want to structure it, you might have it as a purchase. You might have given it to your buyer at a higher price. Who knows? If you did, then you're probably doing a solid purchase agreement, and you're going to just take that agreement. That's an exclusive agreement. You're going to give that earnest money from your buyer to the wholesaler. He's going to have that all at escrow, and then you're going to have your assignment agreement between yourself and your buyer, okay? So the non-exclusive is just to break down that wall, that barrier, to allow them to give you their deal, okay? Make them feel comfortable about giving you your deal. And honestly, guys, for the people who there's some people who market my deals, it's always non-exclusive. You know, you can't have my agreement unless you come with 3K E and D. If you don't have $3,000 earnest money, I don't necessarily want to deal with you. All right. So it's always going to be non-exclusive. But if you want to do something non-exclusive, absolutely, you can market my deals all day long. Bring me your buyer. I don't care. You know. So yeah, non-exclusive. It starts out non-exclusive, but once you have your buyer in place, then it becomes an exclusive agreement, right? You go back because your option agreement you can't take to title. Your option agreement is just an option to buy. Now you exercise your option with the form of a purchase agreement. Good question. All right. Corey White, Adrian, thank you, man. Wilson Wynn, how you doing, brother? Love your workouts, man. Glad that you got some value today. Yeah. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, good hunting. Keep it going. Use these strategies. Build up some dollars. Get some other marketing strategies going on. Before you know it, you're going to be closing 6 figures worth of deals a month. Reach out to me if you have any questions about anything. Myself, Andrew, Darren, Darian, Blaine, we're all doing deals in multiple markets every single month. We'd love to answer your questions. If you guys have any questions, please reach out anytime. Have a great one and take care of yourself.